Okay, so I have a great question for you. What is your capacity for joy? Like, really, how much joy can you tolerate before it starts to feel uncomfortable or unsafe? What about love? How much love, genuine love, do you feel you can tolerate before you start to feel unworthy? How about abundance? How much abundance can you tolerate before you start to sabotage it? Whether you know it or not, you have an unconscious capacity for how much good you feel safe, worthy, and comfortable receiving. So if there are things in your life that are missing, things that you wish weren't missing, it's because you have this unconscious capacity that is limiting or sabotaging you from receiving the joy, the love, the abundance, the success, the vitality, the satisfaction. You fill in the blank, like whatever it is that you crave more of in your life that you feel just seems to be out of your reach. Whatever that is, the reason that you don't have it is because you have this limited capacity for receiving it in your life. And this limited capacity is not because you're flawed or you're broken or you don't deserve it or it's not available to you. You're never broken. For one thing, I don't believe we're ever broken. You can feel broken, you can believe you're broken, but you're always whole. You just may need support knowing that, recognizing that, seeing that, understanding it. But the reason that you have this unconscious, limited capacity to receive the things that you deeply crave for yourself is because you're in protection. You are protecting yourself because it doesn't feel safe to receive more than what you already have, even though that leaves you in misery, even though it leaves you in longing or leaves you in lack and leaves you disappointed or dissatisfied. You will still choose the lack that you know over the joy that you don't, because the lack is familiar. And what's familiar is what's safe to your overtaxed, overloaded, overwhelmed, and dysregulated nervous system. How can we change this? Because the missing piece that you need that will shift this for you is healing your dysregulated nervous system. And you know that you have a dysregulated nervous system if you constantly feel overwhelmed or on edge, even when things are going well. If you have highly critical standards for yourself, if you tend to overthink and struggle to make decisions, even the smallest of decisions, if you suffer from physical symptoms like headaches, muscle tensions, digestive challenges, or even skin challenges. If you overanalyze conversations and situations in your head, like thinking, questioning, like what did they mean by that, or wondering if you reacted or acted the right way. If you have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, if you wake up exhausted, if you tend to cry easily and you overreact disproportionately to situations, and if you live small and limited in an attempt to stay safe. So this is why healing your nervous system is so essential and why it's such a game changer, because your capacity for receiving more expands in direct proportion to how regulated your nervous system is. So the safer you feel in your body, the safer you feel receiving. The safer you feel receiving, more of what it is that you truly crave for yourself. So your regulated nervous system has the capacity for so much more than your dysregulated nervous system. And as your capacity to receive expands, so does your life, right? Because you actually feel safe holding more. You feel safe holding more joy, more love, more abundance, your bigger dreams and your bigger desires without the self sabotage and the self doubt and the questioning and the fear of your dysregulated nervous system. So if you recognize yourself in this, if you can relate to it, if you're tired of living in angst or overwhelm, if you're frustrated from second guessing yourself and feeling stuck and feeling dissatisfied, if you know that you're just, you don't want to put on that plastic smile anymore to like hide your disappointment or your longing or even the envy of what you're missing out on. If you want to get off the sidelines, like you don't want to keep waiting on the sidelines, waiting your turn and feeling like your life is just passing you by. If you're ready to be done with struggle, like you're just done with feeling like your life is this uphill climb, this uphill chug, that's all for naught anyway, because despite all your effort and your sacrifice, you end up settling for less than you want anyways, because that is what you have the capacity to receive. So I know that you're a woman who has dreams, who has desires and wants and needs that have yet to be fulfilled. And you know that there's more that you want to do and be and have in your life. And you're ready to discover just like how beautiful your life can be when you're living from embodied safety, when you know your inner calm, when you have that wholeness, you will be able to discover just how much more abundant and satisfying that your life actually gets to be, um, without the guilt, without the shame, without the unworthiness. So if that appeals to you, if you understand, I can see that I have a dysregulated nervous system and I didn't even recognize that I had a dysregulated nervous system, then I really encourage you to join me in Made for More, my upcoming mentorship program, where you'll experience yourself with a regulated nervous system and you'll discover like a whole new way of being and experiencing your life that's like nothing you've experienced before. Clients that I've worked with, private clients, they often will say something along the lines like it feels like seeing myself through new eyes or through, a new lens, a new perspective. Because if you've lived with a regulated nervous system in your life, this is going to be a whole new way of seeing yourself and seeing your life and living your life. And because most women, a lot of women actually live with a dysregulated nervous system and they just cope with it. They just think that that's just the way it is. And it doesn't need to be that way. We've had early trauma in life. We've experienced trauma in our life. Even modern day life just can dysregulate our nervous system. So Made for More is, I designed it as a safe container where you'll learn how to heal your nervous system so that you can know what it's like to feel safe receiving more of everything that you desire for yourself and feel safe being the woman that you want to be, living the life that you want to live. So, if you're curious at all how Made for More can support you, I really encourage you to check out the link below and reply to this email if you have any questions, and I'm happy to answer it. And I really would love to see you in the program. There's some great bonuses still available right now. If you register quickly, you might still get one of those. So I really encourage you to see what it's all about and see if it aligns with you. And I'd love to see you there. All right. Thanks for being here.